Fong Inn Too is a classic tofu shop right here in Chinatown that went out of business a few years ago. Now they're back in the same family under the name Fong Inn with those Chinese desserts that made them famous. Come on.
My grandfather came from China, but via Cuba. There was the Chinese Exclusion Act, so you couldn't just come here straight from China. So he had spent years in Cuba establishing citizenship there, and then coming to America. Much like all the immigrants who came from that time, they came and they saw something missing from the homeland, you know, so they decided, well, here's an opportunity, let's do it, you know.
We had one location on Mott Street. That has since closed. So it's been 3 years, so why reopen now?
I miss the food, obviously, you know, and no one did the specific stuff that we did well. Right. When we closed down, I was like, wow, this is the last that we're gonna eat of it. And I was like, no, that can't be. So I learned the recipes myself, and well, I decided to open up again.
Started in 1933, it says here on the sign. Here we are in 2019, new location. You got fresh paint on the walls. Is there anything else we could expect?
We're doing a rice cake, which we've offered for quite a long time already. And we're best known for it in Chinatown. So we do it differently, but we happen also to do it the best. Ooh.
Great.
In recreating the recipe, I would ask my mom how the recipes went. They were like, well, it's a cup. I'm like, so you mean it's a cup, 8 ounces? They were like, no, it's a cup. Yeah. We had this cup that we used. And I was like, how big was that cup? I don't know, was that cup?
Right, it's a lot of feel, it's a lot of tradition. Exactly. And you're just over decades of learning from other relatives. So it's nice that you have adopted, you've figured out the feel, it seems like.
And it always changes depending on the material, depending on the rice, depending on everything, because that fluctuates, you know?
Well, Paul, this is amazing you're back in the neighborhood. Thanks for having us.